what you came for. Blood on the game board. Everybody drop it like rainfall. This is your moment. Eyes on the puppet. Keeping chest just open. And you're singing your praises. La la la. Screaming your name. La 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 la. One more step, you're immortal now. 'Cause once you play God, once you play God, they're gonna crumble one by one. Then we gonna ride right into the sun like it's the day my kingdom come. Baby, where? Hey, welcome to the big show. Next on the ladder is your name in the rafters. Breathe, breathe, breathe. No one is silent. Back up, woke up and shows violence. And they're singing my praises. La la la. Screaming my name out. La la la. This is why we're immortal now. 'Cause once you play God, once you play God, they're gonna crumble one by one. Then we gonna ride right into the sun like it's the day my kingdom come. Baby, where? I'm on my knees, pray for glory. Anyone read this underdog story? I can't lose myself again. Help me lose this soul. I'm brave. Once you play God, once you play God, they're gonna crumble one by one. Then we gonna ride right into the sun like it's the day my kingdom come. Once you play God, once you play God, they're gonna crumble one by one. Then we gonna ride right into the sun like it's the day my kingdom come.
is banning.
Time to drop the
Your
beat of the
team
flash.
is banning.
Light me up and watch the
team is
world
banning.
burn!
Your team is banning.
To live is to trick the Reaper.
It's time to go to the RT show.
Your team is
Some
banning.
fun.
See value in me?
Your team is banning.
You should. The strongest
Your team
ninja
is
has
taking.
arrived. I, Minotaur,
Your team
will
is
finish off
taking.
what was left undone.
Horology is my craft. Tiki is my name.
Your team is picking.
3,000 worlds, and not a single
My
worthy
fist
foe.
is always the right answer for the tough questions.
This is my
Your
tempo.
team is picking.
Hope will find a
Your
way,
team is
even when
banning.
all is forlorn.
Gaze upon the
Your
edge
team
of the
is
void.
banning.
It's my way
Your
or the
team
highway.
is banning.
Where there is light, there
Your
are
team
also
is banning.
shadows.
Need some stitches? I
Your
can
team
help.
is picking.
Sand rises when I give
Your
the word.
team is picking.
I might not be a lighted man, but I do know my traits.
I am the raging fire,
Your
the
team is
manifestation of ancient myths.
First rule around here, break all the rules.
Till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them, all troops deployed.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Road to Riyadh. You've already witnessed the first game of the night, Esports versus Oasis, and I have the lack of commentary on the first game. Some errors there. But glad you guys can stay with us. Glad you guys are here tonight. So let's take a quick look at a quick revision of what happened in the first game. Had a bit of a control, and then Darkstars Esports managed to steal the win. Really didn't get to witness it myself, but it was a very, very good match to watch, right? So on to game number 2. Let's see if Oasis can pull up a comeback here tonight. Best of 3, right? It's the best of 3 series in playoffs. And either sides have the advantage in going in, right? People had the hype for Oasis to win this matchup tonight, but that's as this was have proven their haters wrong. Let's jump into the draft phase.
Hoot hoot. Horology is my
Your
craft.
team is
Tiki is my
banning.
name.
Right, so off the bat, Oasis with the first ban.
Hello.
Time to chit chat.
Your team
Yeah.
is banning.
So we've got God as well. God banned though, that's sort of weird considering that there are better mages to ban off. This Lilia Hanzo,
This ninja has arrived.
a ban tailored towards J's famous Hanzo play.
Left undone.
Minotaur ban, very, very standard. We saw how important that Minotaur ban was in the match yesterday with Raiju. Zanagi Alpha has made the mistake of leaving it open, and Raiju were quick to jump on him in the match yesterday, and that got them the win in game 1. So on to ban number 3. Sanji making the decision. What could be a possible ban here? Really, there's still a handful of heroes. A Nolan ban, okay. Nolan ban.
Time to drop the beat of the
Then
flower.
there's Joy. So 3 jungle ban heroes. Although Joy could fit very well into the
Time to
XP
go to
lane,
the
but still,
RT show.
Joy ban is quite necessary. And this is what I was saying about leaving Lilia open. Although that is done, Gipsy's signature mage, right? That's his most played mage, Lilia. But that's going to be on Anti-Pipe as well. Anti-Pipe is also a very, very good Lilia player. We've seen how well he was able to, dominate the 2 matches that he won in the group stages, right? Dominating with his Lilia very, very effectively. But unfortunately, they couldn't finish in top. They couldn't finish and get to upper brackets, coming out in second. Same situation that Darkstars Esports had themselves in. A Masha pick here. Masha's buff, or let me call it a revamp, really did her justice. Made her very, very viable in almost any situation that you
Team is
want.
picking.
And playing her on the jungle lane is even much more annoying because she can roam around the map much faster. Her damage is insane, especially to squishies.
I might not be a lighted man, but I do know my
But
trade.
this Barat's jungle though might prove to be a threat. Barat is also another hero that can easily, jungle through very fast, decent damage. Pretty much all you need is an assassin emblem and you can literally go full tank. Or if you want to get slight damage, you can just go for the war axe and then build defensively. Even taking on the tank emblem with the concussive blast. It goes a very, very long way, speeding up the farm and dealing damage in team fights. We've got Xborg left open. Darkstars Esports also had their hands in Xborg in one of the matches in the group stage, and that really went well for them. That really went well for them for the creation of such a gameplay. Ixia Bam, marksman choice, very, very wise actually. She's a very prominent marksman, excels very well in the gold lane. I doubt she'll give Cloud a tough time though, but when it comes to team fights, yes, she can be a threat. Position well in the back line. The only hero that DS would have to deal with that is Xbox. But still, Vayna is a very, very good choice. A Valir ban.
Is banning.
That Valir pick would have been tailored towards Barat, and he does a good job at keeping tanks at a safe distance and spamming that skill 1 with the stun. very, very painful to deal with, especially if you're playing a fighter tank hero. Mathilda roaming ban. Yes, very, very important actually. Definitely love that ban. So what's going to be the final ban now for Oasis? This game is very, very crucial for them. They need to get this win to take it on to a third match, and then prove to everyone that they want to be the main winners, because a lot of people were hyped about Oasis, and that hype is tailored towards the one of the good rumors on the server. I'm not saying best because there's a lot of rumors out there that haven't had the opportunity to shine, right? But Rockstar Alfie, who has significantly made a name for himself, a lot of people are looking towards his gameplay. We've seen him use his main hero in the last match, Grok, but that was not enough to get them the win. Darkstars practically outclassed them, and we might have a recruit class again. Final ban for Oasis was Tigro.
Hope will find a way, even when all is forlorn.
Oh, Don Dipsy on Vexana. That's another mage that Soul Reaper has been able to quickly use, right? Because a lot of times you don't know what you want to play. So taking off Lilia now, you might think open Soul Reaper up to a little bit of weakening, but his Vexana is also something very, very worrisome. The picks on both teams are looking very nice actually. The drafts are looking very, very solid. I can't really tell any mistakes. Although the Vexana pick can still be questionable, but just okay, more of like an 80% good choice. Nathan Pig. Now that might be the first questionable choice of a marksman. The Nathan Pig.
This is the Emperor's order.
Could have really gone with the better marksman though, because Nathan, yes, while he does well in the late game, how effective can he be against the pin down from Akai? And the final ban is gonna be Akai Room. So there you have it. The draft is complete. Let's see what the teams can execute. So here are the rosters for Oasis. You got Maiwa, Alfie, Mike, Vance, and if you played or if you heard of Suicide Squad from about a year ago, you would know that this is literally them under a different name. For Darkstars, you go Anti-Pipe, Ahmed J, Ghost, Soul Reaper, and Dozalo. Dozalo goes to an Anti-Pipe, a couple of new names, but hold on a second, there might have been an error there. Anti-Pipe is actually in Oasis, not Darkstars. I believe that on Dipsy, not Anti-Pipe, on Dipsy, Soul Reaper. But yeah, right, game on the left and Darkstars on the right. Over to Darkstars Esports. Let's be very, very clear there. We'll be just staying around on top lane there. Get some vision, get some information on Akai's position. This might be very, very dangerous for Akai because Barat's damage is quite good early game, and he might get taken down for the best he will. A little bit too much of an aggressive engage there from Akai. And this is even an Akai with Petrify. Gold lane, we already have an early gank on Nathan. So we've got Ahmed J now taking revenge for his team. We're gonna have a lot of fast push coming out in this game, right? How's attack speed? focus on pushing turrets. Because in team fights, to be honest, he might not really shine that well. On is quite tanky to deal with. Lydia has a skill too to regain her health. Barat is also quite tanky, and Nathan will probably be hiding deep in the back line, so it might not really be easy to get to him. But still, Cloud will be more effective in pushing there. He still has that. He still has the damage, especially if he decides to see Hellbird anti-heal item tailored towards both Barat and Yuzhong. Coupled with that, take the Malefic Roar, so his damage will still be just about subtle. Barat's getting a face there onto X-Borg. That's actually a very, very nice position, but quickly got caught by Kaja's whiplash. There was no escape from that. Well played. Oasiss looking to get themselves back into the game. Already 2 kills ahead, but then got Cloud getting a kill on Nathan. Gold lane there, so it's tit for tat, but first turtle will fall over easily to Oasiss. Yes, apologies for that typo. It wasn't supposed to be anti-pipe, it was supposed to be Don Deep Sea the Reaper, the Soul Reaper. Yet to see any action from Soul and Ghosts too. Michi's been able to get 1 kill. Next rotation might lead towards the gold lane. We already have Akai staying down at that mid lane. Barat will be looking to go for an engage, and now he's gonna get caught, and the whole of Darkstars will be with him. Massive engage right there. He slipped up and he got punished. And that was fast. 3 kills already in favor of Darkstars, but the goal lead is still almost at about the same level. Can't exactly. There's a win here. No, Nathan looks to make an engage. Shh. More rotations now. Over to Reading Akai looking for lead. Right, apologies for that silence. Back onto the game, you've got Barat getting a double kill on Marsha. And they were also able to get the second Lord. So with that, Oasiss are looking to head up Darkstars Esports already by a 1k gold margin. The more team fights they win, the wider the gap leads. The more positive it looks for Oasiss to get a win on this game. But he still can't write Darkstars Esports off just yet. Kaja waiting in position for Cloud to slip up. That won't be happening anytime soon. So far, no lanes have been touched just yet. There have been a lot of kills on the map, 7 overall. Nothing too worrisome just yet. One more time, there's Don Dipsy looking for an engage. Oh, the first turn to get taken now will be the gold lane, the EXP lane. Somehow Marsha has lost out her first turn. Oh, Cloud's gonna get punished right under the tower. the divine judgment, but here comes the blazing duet, and Barat will get punished for staying under the tower too long. That damage is not something to play around with, but that will give them the window. That will give Nathan the window to push down the bottom lane to get the second tower now for Oasiss. But it looks like the draft that Darkstars Esports have is really not favoring them a lot. Marsha, though, is looking for something. She can't exactly get a grip on it, and she's going to get taken out by Zhong. Almost started to seem like Marsha was the wrong choice of the XP lane in this match. Hasn't really been able to make any significance on team fights. It is possible that we'll have a third game on our hands here. The very first 3-match game in the series. But let's keep on watching, because this seems like a game where a comeback is very, very possible. Lord spawning in a couple of seconds. Akai in a bit of a tight spot, but nothing too much to worry about. There's a lot of focus now coming out on this mid lane turret. Akai might be in some trouble. Klaus going in with blazing duet and quickly gets out. Did that, clear the minion waves. Done Dipsy maintaining very, very close positioning, very, very safe positioning, being a key factor in this team, in this draft that Darkstars have, because a death to Vexana might prove to be very, very worrisome, especially after Xbox lands his ultimate or Cloud9 repositioning with Darkstar, and we might have a forceful engage under this here, keeping Nathan away, giving his team the chance to take down their first turret as well. Now they'll have to be quick to rotate back to mid lane as they're about to lose that way. Marsha can't solo defend that, but she is trying her best. Gets taken quick, and Barat is mid lane turrets taking off. More turrets means more map control, means more advantage for Oasiss. Already going in for the first Lord. Xbox looking for a chance to go in, but quickly got his Firagamo taken down, and he might be in some trouble here. Yujon is keeping him at bay. There goes the first Lord over to Baraz very, very easily. Akai is going to get taken down. Yujon uses the dragon to get away safely. Oasis are out for revenge. The gold ban is still one who shocks me till now, because I mean, buying gold over Lilia is not something you want to do. He does have a decent amount of damage, but Lilia is much more worrisome, especially in team fights. But now here we've got the Lord quickly taken down before he could get his hands on that turret. Oasis far ahead with the gold lead. Akai manages to get somebody pinned though, but can they get the kill? Kaja's off, Marsha next in line, but Akai might not survive that damage from Marat. Is already looking very, very brute. There's Lina now securing our glowing wand. It's looking quite dicey for Darkstars. Quick look at the itemization here. Cloud obviously going for Rose Gold Meteors. There won't be a need for Wind of Nature particularly. Sanji really not playing as best as you'd expect from a marksman, but he's still able to hold his ground, still he's focusing on major objectives. He's been able to help his team secure 2 turrets, 1 bomb lane. The Darkstars are being forced back. Oh, Kaja flickers over to Cloud and gets a divine judgment, but his team were a little bit too slow to react. But Lilia is still chasing. Oh, he tried the outplay and outplayed himself right into enemy territory. Xbox might be in a lot of trouble, especially if Jean goes in with that petrified combo, which he will. The Oasiss are at cruise control right about now. There's one thing that Darkstars can do. It's looking very, very tight. Masha map as well. Masha isn't tailored for team fight gameplays. Masha hasn't been able to make any effective plays this entire match, losing the first torrent. But you have to understand that we're pretty much together at this point. At least the squishes always have somebody with them. And you can see Card now already looking for Cloud with the Dexter mirror, and it's picked off immediately by Kaja with the divine judgment, but that might not be enough, which will put them in a lot of trouble. Lilia trying to really get that kill. Kaja gets it instead and still survives. Both Kaja and Lilia still survive. But Nathan though in a lot of trouble. He's taken out by Xborg, and that is what Yuzong was waiting for Xborg to land and now commits full time. There's the Petra. Baras is in there as well, looking to get the kill. Yuzong killing the spree onto Xborg, who's next. Akai is down. Masha now looking for a pickup, gets the kill on Yuzong, but gets punished quickly by Mikey's Barats, and that will be it. Lila with the zone, Lord pushing down. It looks like it's a game 3 on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. There's only so much Cloud can do with the blazing duets right here. Too much damage. Barats gets taken down from turrets, and somehow they are saved for a limited time, really. If Nathan was alive, that game would have ended, but it was unfortunately picked off just before the Lord made its push. Had it been Nathan was pretty much just there with that Lord, it would have been GG's for Darkstars. But there's still time. Darkstars really need to get a hang of themselves. Although the draft is not even looking favorable for them anymore at this point. Marsha with the 261 KDA is not really good for her at all. Even with the damage boost, she still hasn't been able to do. Although I have to question why there's no Sea Hellbird on Marsha yet, considering the fact you're dealing with a hero that heals a lot. And if you really want to go 1v1 on him, at least have some form of anti-heal, even if you need to take Sea Hellbird. The Dominance Ice is also there, but no Sea Hellbird, no Dominance Ice on Marsha to deal with Yuzong or Lane. Of course she'll lose the turrets first. Oasis is looking to force another fight. It looks like they might lose this Lord as well. And that's going to be the 3rd Lord for the day. Let's see if Oasis can end this. Marsha has immortality with her 3 lives. Can she make any good use of them? Xbox still standing in position, waiting for the ample opportunity to go in with the ults and see if he can make the steal. But Akai is going to go in and force a team fight. that team fight happened, there's a lot of damage coming out from Darkstars Esports actually. Akai took way too much damage. Yuzhong chasing Sori all the way back, but gets punished for chasing so deeply from Xborg. Barad's coming in now. But that's all there is. Losing two players. Two very, very important players actually. Free Lord for Mikey. Free Lord for Mikey. This is definitely looking like our first 3-match playoffs. Someone said Claude was inspired to defend. That's wild. With nobody pushing with this Lord, it might look like this would be an easy defense for Darkstars Esports. Oasiss have to come in now. Oh, here's Marshall looking for a pick off. That damage was actually insane until they are forced out to users. But at this point, Lida's cooldown on her ultimate should be quite low. When she has the enchanted talisman. Lord is taken down as well. Akai's gonna go down first. There's a huge influx right now. Looking, Oasiss want to end. Nathan focusing on base. The Xborg uses all to clear the minions as much as possible. There's a lot of defense going on here. This Cloud winning. Blazing the Wet gets eaten by Barat. And he's down by Kaja. Marsha able to get a kill on Nathan. Can she get a double kill here now? Looking for Yuzhong. Kaja sneakily focusing on the base to get the team the win that they need. And ladies and gentlemen, we are off to game number 3. The first match in the series to actually have 3 games. This is a hot night. Tough one. This is indeed a very, very tough one. Absolutely bad gameplay from the sense, and in whatever way you want to think about it, there was so much that she could have done right. Then Oasiss too played it smart by making sure they stuck together for most of the rounds, right, to give Lydia and Nathan a chance to survive against the one-shot abilities of Marsha. But still, both teams holding 1-1 respectively. Game 3 should be up very, very soon. Just getting all set, because at this point, let's just dive right into the action of game number 3, because what we've seen from these two teams is not exactly what we expected. A lot of people wanted Oasiss to go in 2 straight flat wins, right? But if you bet on that, then I'm sorry, but we have a game 3 on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Darkstars Esports versus Oasiss best of 3 matchup, Road to Riyadh playoffs. We'll be right back after a short break, so stay with us. Alright, so here we are, game number 3. What can we actually expect from this match, right? What bans, what picks, what changes have to be made for either of these two teams to move on to the next lower bracket matchup against? Let's take a quick look at the fixtures table and see what we're expecting. I believe it should be this Riyadh Q. So game 1 easily won by Darkstars. Oasiss. Yes, so whoever wins this matchup will go up to face Rape and Kill in the 6th match of the playoff series, just the day after El Cartel faced up. So the final match of the evening, once again, the Darkstars, Roasters, Venom, Ahmed J, Soliba, and Salu. In this game, the Darkstars should be able to get their hands on the first man. Oasiss, Roaster, Maiwa, Alfie, Mike, Sanji, and Anti-Pipe. Right? I believe unless Vern's, but we will have Anti-Pipe. Yeah, there we go. Anti-Pipe instead of this. Right? So without further ado, let's jump in. Let's get ready to jump into draft phase of game number 3. Should be a hot one, should be a good one. But it seems more like Oasiss have immediately understood the mistake and they made from their first game and now have that momentum, because the gameplay that they executed in game number 2 was more of like, yeah, we understand the errors we made a lot more, but there's still a lot of corrections to be made. Nathan has to be much more careful in the next week if they're going to roll with Nathan Pick, or any other marksman might actually prove to be completely different. Something that Sanji is more comfortable on, right? Because I don't want to say Sanji is comfortable with that Nathan, because the way he played, he didn't really show someone that's confident in carrying Nathan. So sometimes it's actually more important to consider picking a hero that you're more comfortable with than picking something that you know you can't play very well and might actually cause your team to lose. But it's good that they had that team up, because Anti-Pipe made it very, very easy for that team to move on. Having a 3-0 and 14 KD at the end of the match, I believe MVP, well deserved. And then you got Barats on the front line there. It was very, very hard to kill. Even X-Board had a tough time dealing with him. So it's something that we definitely have to look out for. Some expected bans, right, for Oasiss. They might decide to ban out the X-Board. They might decide to ban out the Lilia, since they don't get their hands on it for the first pick. So a Lilia ban should be expected, right? For Darkstars Esports, can't really say much. Maybe Barat's ban. But anyways, we should be ready to get going and see what they have for us. This game should be very, 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 very tough. Raiju have their own matchup coming up. Like, it's the second meeting now between Raiju and El Cartel. It's the second meeting between Raiju and El Cartel, with Raiju losing it was the final group stage matches that we saw on Wednesday. Not Wednesday, sorry. But yeah, El Cartel versus Raiju. It's just a recreation, and hopefully Raiju have realized that mistake. But yeah, besides that match, we're more interested in tonight's gameplay. Alpha Zeros and Izanami no Kami are also on another level. That match too should be another very, very tough one. The upper bracket matches are like, yeah, they're really close, but lower brackets too, you can't exactly write them off. Or more, the lower brackets is much more dicey, because you have teams playing because they know they can't really, after they lose, you're out. For upper bracket teams, it's more of like, we're safe. We lose, we go down to lower brackets, and yeah, we still have a chance to redeem ourselves. But for lower brackets, it's not the exact same case. So yeah, you look at the brackets that we have. Izanami no Kami versus Alpha Zeros, and then El Cartel Raiju will be our next match tomorrow. And then Rip and Kill facing on with whoever wins tonight with a match after that. So we've got a lot to expect. After Raiju had a wonderful win against an unexpected win really against Izanagi Alpha, because considering that Izanagi Alpha are a subset of the Rip and Kill family, And Ripaki family is a squad that has been known to really decimate their team. That defeat was very, very unexpected. But still, Raiju are we can consider Raiju as a dark horses for this tournament because they've pulled in their weights, losing only to El Cartel so far, and that was in the best of one series, the best of one group stage matches. So they still have a lot to look forward to. They can get their revenge on El Cartel in the best of 3 matchup coming up very, very soon. So yeah, they can quickly redeem themselves. The match between Alpha Zeros versus Izanami no Kami should be more of like that would feel like a final matchup. That's the finals that a lot of people are expecting to see. That just feels like a final matchup. Izanami no Kami and Alpha Zeros, undefeated teams for now. And you can also see that those teams have a high chance of meeting each other again in the bracket finals itself, because whoever loses will come down to the lower brackets, and they've already played some tough games. I can't really imagine any team on the lower brackets giving any of those two teams a tough time when they come down to the lower bracket. So one more time to Darkstars and the players to expect for game number 3. There's for Darkstars, and without further ado, Momo is in. We've got a Momo coming in this time around. So it's Venom, Ahmed J, Momo, Soul Reaper, and Usalo. Venom has been taken off. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, game number 3. We've waited long enough. Let's join the team in the draft pick. So one more time, Darkstars Esports with the first pick. This gold band is very, very it's very, very questionable, really. Like, somebody tell me which hero on Oasiss can give Darkstars so much of a tough time that they have to ban our god. Minato ban as quick as a flash, no time to waste.
Time to drop the beat of the
Your
flash.
team is banning.
Yes, Joy would have definitely have been the jungle choice there for
Light me up and watch
Your
the
team is
world
banned.
burn!
there's the Xbox ban. Third ban now. Since Darkstars have the first pick, they're looking to leave Lilia alone for Dawn Deep Sea.
I would rather
You showing ban. Pretty much expected it, really.
betray me.
That was the ban that was pretty much expected, really. The Yuzhong ban. He really gave a tough time to Mixana.
To the RT show.
Your team is picking.
So there's a Lilia ban finally from Oasiss. They don't want to give that to Darkstars, but Hanzo now has been left open.
I might not be a lightning man, but I do know my
He
trade.
was smart. Decided to pick with Barat. And that will go a very, very long way, really.
See value in me?
Fredrin pick. It's not every time you get to see the jungle pick first. Oh, and then there's Ixia. Oof. Still a lot of OP. There's still a lot of OP heroes that are left open.
I am the raging fire.
Oh, there's the Valir as well. Valir coming out now to give Fredrin a tough time. And one more time, Dozalo on his cloud, maintaining that cloud.
Always on the way.
Your team is banning.
The
Matilda
night sky
pick.
tells all.
Your team is banning.
But with these choices, right, it's looking very, very good. So we're looking for a mage and an EXP ban again. For mage ban now for Darkstars,
Hope will find
some
a way,
options.
even
Vexana
when
is one
all
of them.
forlorn.
Quickly taking off. Diggy was left open, but there won't be any need for him.
For honor!
Your team is banning.
Not knowing which Rome hero again we left up. Well, actually, that's true. That's as is what I used to choose a Roma. A Roma and then EXP.
Love outshines the golden
Your
crown.
team is picking.
So that sneak peek. That Odette sneak peek. But Kadita too. Kadita is a mage that in the hands of someone good can really be a problem. But it seems more like Darkstars is supposed to have put anti-pipe in a very, very bad position now, not knowing which mage to pick. But in a match like this, actually, first time might really not be bad. If anti-pipe can play this far, so whoa. Although, but let's hold on a minute here. Let's hold on a minute here. Valentina pick is okay, but that would depend on the next two picks from Darkstars Esports, because I can't see Valentina copying Cloud's ultimate or Valerie's ultimate. Barat's could be copied, yes. Minsitar, that's a good one to copy. It will really relieve Cloud from dashing in to team fights. But what's Venom gonna be picking now? Also, it's even Minsitar, EXP. Support room now from both teams. It's looking very, very likely.
May the world come to life.
Your team is picking.
And there you have it. Rafaela room pick. And the EXP choice for Oasiss is most likely gonna be Terizla. I don't really see anything else. I don't see anything else better than this. But the problem with this Terizla is the Valir now. He'll have a very, very tough time. But there will be a lot of divided attention because Valir can only focus on one at a time. Either he focuses on Fredrin or he focuses on Terizla. But this is looking okay. This is looking okay. Matilda would have gone a lot. Esmeralda would have gone a good way against Matilda, but I mean she's banned, so. And those, ladies and gentlemen, are the bans and the picks. Now, what can I say about it? Like, really, the Valentina pick is one that might have been okay, but she only has two choices now of ultimates to copy: Barat and Minsitar, and those are like the most useful ultimates on that team. So it should be a good spot for Oasiss to handle. But Darkstars Esports went with, I can say, a lot of comfortable yet meta picks. Although the Minsitar pick, Momo is usually more of a Gatot player, right? Gatot catcher would have been solid here. Very, very easy to catch and unexpected she's ulting, and very, very good for engages as well. But the Minsitar too would still be okay. There's been a request for a pause, so we'll be right back. Right, Oasis have a Valentina, and Gattuso's ultimate is not one that you want to give to your enemy for free, right? That's very, very active, engaged skill, initiate skill right there. And that skill in the hands of someone like Valentina can be quite dangerous, especially considering she's building mage. But Gato to still go a long way in dealing with Ixa. We already have a gauge coming out here now from Barat onto Fredrin, and that's going to be the first blood. And apparently, Ixa is AFK for a while, which should force Matilda to stay on the gold lane. So this is already not looking very, very good for Oasiss though. They have one AFK. Hopefully Ixa comes back and is able to save the day. But for now, all we have to do is watch Darkstars Esports cruise onto an almost inevitable victory. Getting their hands on the first total of the night, the final match. It's too late to get the blue buff. Darkstars Esports have a lot of map control right now. This Rafaela's vision out onto Fredrin is very, very key. Gives Claude the information he needs to know. So he can expect a gank pretty soon. Here he is focusing on the turret, not even scared to take small damage from Matilda. And that will be the first torrents to fall. It's not looking very good for Oasis. Forcing out the sprints there from Rafaela, gets into his 6 but before the ultimate could land. And here comes the engages Claude with the blazing duet. Matilda flies into safety. And Fredrin leaves with almost 10% HP. Very, very low HP. Good escape it, regardless. Ixia still AFK. This just the side of that AFK is that this gives room to Oasis to be more like, well, we had an AFK player, so. And it's just unfortunate, really. It's just unfortunate because really wanted something. Okay, finally Sanji is back. Let's get some nice gameplay going on here. She is low on farm. So there's a lot of catching up to do. But this is not what we want to see. This is not the end we want. We want blood, chaos. We want some two-sided action, you know. I want to see all torrents fall on both sides, leaving only the base standing. That creates room for who takes his next Lord, win, you know, who makes a sensible gank, give the team the advantage. But it's not looking likely so far. Totals now for Darkstars Esports with a 4K gold lead in 4 minutes. Mind you, this lower brackets fixtures, you lose here and you are done. It's the end of the road. You lose here and it's over. Valentina forced to defend a 3-man push on the mid lane. There's really not much she can do about this. Has to leave that torrents to fall. I'm still tempted to say that at this point, if Ixia comes back, there's only so little that she can do. Not a lot of words to be said for this match. gold cap keeps on increasing. 6k now for Darkstars Esports. More map control, more turrets falling. When you have Misita and Valerio about to take down the tier 2 mid bottom lane turrets. Nah, but this is really a very, very unfortunate situation for Oasis, because there was actually so much potential from the Ixia pick. It made so much sense, but they can't just execute it. They're handicapped pretty much. I believe Darkstars Esports are just gonna leave that turtle to fall. Time window is getting smaller and smaller. The time frame keeps getting smaller and smaller now for Oasis to make a comeback. Ixia making some small movements in the base there. You can tell that she's trying to come back in, but it's gonna be hard. But there are some situations where even if the AFK is back onto the game, it's almost a little bit easier to, you know, get farmed, because there will be a lot of minion influx. There will be a lot of influx of minions, so like almost free farm and can get them to a certain level. Because Ixia late game, her damage is very, very good, very, very decent. And Cloud. Three kills to one match, almost about to end. Mid lane inhibitor taken down. Matilda looking for the engage. Oh, Ixia is back, and there's ult as well. But this is a very, very bad time for Ixia to come in. We've got a fight coming out here. Tesla lands a wonderful penalty zone. Ixia is back and trying to farm fully, but I think that this one is pretty much too late. There's only so much that he can do. There's only so much defense that he can pull out here. You've got Tesla getting taken down. Cloud's still alive. He's dead, sorry. That's the ult from Fredrin. Oh, that ult from Fredrin was powerful. Got the kill on Misita. There's a flicker in from Ixia. Ixia definitely doing as much as she can to try and catch up, but it's going to be a little bit difficult. Lots of minions, but the defense is still solid. Ixia is back, and somehow she's been able to get a kill already on Rafaela. And there is the defense. Massive defense now. Sanji is playing full time. Now I'm curious to see what the gold cap between the two teams looks like. The thing is going to be very easy for Ixia to actually catch up, right? Because this is a point in the game where there's a lot of minions feeding into the base there, so it's gonna be easy farming for Sanji. Won't be too hard to catch up. If Darkstars Esports were able to freeze the lanes, yeah, that would have made it a lot harder for Sanji, but there's a lot of minions going in, so. But there's a second lodge. Would have said Darkstar should have waited a little bit for it to get enhanced before taking it down, so that it would be a lot tankier and harder to deal with. But ending the game as fast as possible before Ixia gets too much farm is also very, very important. CL bread already secured from Sanji. There's a minion, Lord of mid lane, and everything is almost aligned. And this Nai, Terizla might be looking to engage, and here comes Ix's ultimate, but that's a serious amount of damage actually. Coming out from Rafaela gets taken down first by Valentina. Ixa still dealing a huge amount of damage. No focus on the base whatsoever. Fredrin with his. Oh, now the Lord has gotten to the base, ladies and gentlemen. Darkstars are the winners. Like GG's well played.
Victory!
GG's well played. I'm not gonna, it actually looked very, very scary that Ixia might have been able to pull up a combat because I saw the damage that she was dealing on only 2 items there. And only 2 high items, and she was already dealing a decent amount of damage, almost catching up onto Valerian. So the question now is that there is a possible chance for a rematch due to Ixia's prolonged AFK. So we'll take a very quick break while the officials go and figure out if we're gonna have a rematch or not. Definitely not going to be probably might be tonight, which still we can't tell. But let's hear what the officials have to say about that first. But for now, let's take a very short break while we wait for the decisions, and we'll be right back. Please stay with us. Don't go anywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the long wait for decision is finally over. And according to the rules and regulations of this tournament, right, it has been stated that in within the period of requesting for a pause in just like observing an error, right? Oasis had the chance to request for a restart of the match within 5 minutes of the match starting, which they didn't. Plus, they added 2 minute pauses twice. So, unfortunately, due to this, mishap, it has been decided that Darkstars move on to face Rip and Kill in the next lower bracket matches. Oasis have been removed from the tournament. So, your winners for the night is Dark Esports. GG's to them. So, that is all we have for you guys tonight. And hopefully you all understand the reason for giving Darkstars Esports the win, right? It's something unexpected. We didn't expect it to happen, but it did. And if Oasis had actually requested for a restart, at least 5 minutes into the match, it would have been. A request for a pause, yes, the pause was accepted twice, 4 minutes. Within those 2 minutes, which should have been ample time for them to have come over to Discord and request for a restart, which would have easily been granted. All that will be left will be, to surrender in game, and then that's it, right? Because another way of requesting for a restart would have just been them to surrender 4 minutes in, like after the surrender button comes up, you surrender, and then get it. So, but that is it. That's as much as it's going to get. So Darkstars Esports move up to face Reap and Kill in the 6th playoff match, right? And before that, we're gonna have Alcatel taking on Raiju, and just after that, we're going to watch the winners of both matches, the 7th playoff. So once again, GG to Darkstars Esports, and goodbye to Oasiss. They had a very good run, really. It was a very, very, they tried, they played very, very well. Oasiss played very, very well throughout this tournament, throughout all they've lasted. Finishing second in the group stage was quite unfortunate, but still they had a lot to go up against. It wasn't easy coming out there, but they pulled up very, very good gameplays, and it is what it is. So one more time, GG to Darkstars Esports. Good more match for Reap and Kill. So it is what it is. The next match, Raiju versus Alcatel, a recreation of the group stage finals. It was a best of 1 then. It's going to be a best of 3 now. Tomorrow night, same time, same location, Nigeria Esports channel. And after that, we get to see Reap and Kill take on Oasiss. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplays. Don't forget to like the channel, and head on over to the social media platforms, do the same thing over there. Any information you need is out there on the Discord channel and on the social media platforms as well. So you guys go ahead and check them out, and we'll see you here same time tomorrow PM. Safe and have a wonderful weekend. Peace out.